Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. New Cowboys $4.2 million QB called out as entitled after trade from Patriots. Throughout most of the offseason, trade speculation swirled around New England Patriots quarterback Joe Milton III, so much so that new head coach Mike Vrabel was forced to comment on whether or not the 25-year-old Milton would be with the Patriots next season. It was an unusual situation given that Milton spent all of the 2024 season, with the exception of the final game, not as the prime backup for rookie signal caller Drake May, but on the Patriots practice squad. Milton was finally traded on Thursday to the Dallas Cowboys, who acquire an economical backup as Milton remains on his rookie contract, totaling $4.2 million, for another 3 seasons. Milton comes with world-class athletic ability that includes a cannon for an arm that has earned him the nickname Bazooka Joe. His former quarterbacks coach at Tennessee, Joey Halsell, has said that Milton is physically the most talented quarterback I've been around, and I've been around a lot of guys that have been drafted really high. The arm talent, everybody knows about. The strength, flexibility, ability to run, high-level athlete. He's a physical specimen on the football field. Nonetheless, Milton had a reputation in the collegiate ranks for never being able to master the basic football skills, as opposed to the raw physical talents that would make him an NFL quarterback. He showed development later in his college career, however, winning the 2023 Orange Bowl MVP in the Volunteers' victory over the Clemson Tigers, and finally earning a full-time starter's position in his 6th and final year in college. Milton spent 3 years in Tennessee's program after 3 frustrating years at Michigan, where he was restricted to 152 pass attempts in 16 games. But in Week 18 of 2024, Milton gave a strong taste of his potential when he was handed the ball, albeit in a largely meaningless game in terms of the standings, against the AFC East winning Buffalo Bills. Against a Bills team comprised mostly reserves, as was the Patriots team in that game, Milton put on a show, completing 22 of 29 passes including a touchdown, and running for another touchdown while eluding pass rushers and unleashing, at one point, the second fastest pass ever recorded in the history of timed NFL passes. That performance set the stage for Milton to become a trade commodity. But according to longtime Patriots reporter Tommy Curran of NBC Sports Boston, speaking on his Patriots Talk podcast, it was not his impressive single game showing that led to the trade. It was Milton's entitled character, and a belief that he, not 2024 number 3 overall pick Drake May, deserved to start at quarterback for the Patriots. Milton didn't think the gap was all that big between he and Drake May, Curran said on the podcast Friday. I immediately go back to Mike Vrabel saying at his opening press conference as head coach of the Patriots that he's going to rid entitlement from the building. That feels a little entitled. That feels like you don't know your role. So it doesn't surprise me given Vrabel's desire to have the kind of locker room culture that he wants that they went ahead and made this move. The move, of course, was to ship Milton to the Cowboys, who also have a well-established starter in quarterback Dak Prescott. The Patriots sent Milton and a 7th-round pick to Dallas for a 5th-round pick, a price that many Patriots observers, including NBC Sports Boston Patriots insider Phil Perry, speaking on the same podcast, felt was too low. If he's a 6th-round pick, can you get a 5th back? Perry asked. They got one of the last 5th-round picks in this year's draft back, and they had to include a 7th as well. And so you didn't even improve on the value that Milton was originally given. Cowboys zeroing in on elite free agent for Dak Prescott, report. The Dallas Cowboys know that Dak Prescott is going to need weapons this year to succeed. CeeDee Lamb has proven to be one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. However, the depth behind him has been unstable to say the least. According to Adam Schultz of Athon Sports, we have been urging the Cowboys to pursue veteran free agent Tyler Lockett for weeks, with whom new head coach Brian Schottenheimer has had a relationship since his time in Seattle. And now, The rumor mill seems to be buzzing about the idea of Lockett as Dallas' next-up #1 free agent target. Lockett, who was released by the Seattle Seahawks this offseason, is a 32-year-old coming off what is a subpar year for him as he caught 49 passes for 600 yards as Seattle's third receiver last season. So why the excitement? He has all of that Seattle experience playing under new Dallas head coach Brian Schottenheimer. With a market value of just $7.7 million APY, Lockett would bring experience, and also a little fear factor on the long ball, while also giving Dak Prescott a trusted option between the numbers as well. Having Lamb, say Teteroa McMillan and then Lockett as your top three receivers, with Tolbert and Jalen Brooks behind them, now the offense looks a little more dangerous and is far less Lamb-centered. The Cowboys will likely see how the draft shakes out before making any other free agent moves, but Lockett still has some juice in the tank, and could be a shrewd option for Dallas to consider. Cowboys strongly advised to add $30 million WR alongside CD Lamb. The Dallas Cowboys are prime candidates to draft a skill position player with the number 12 overall pick in the first round of the upcoming NFL Draft, but their playmaking needs extend well beyond whoever that selection ends up being. Dallas locked in quarterback Dak Prescott and wide receiver CD Lamb to massive multi-year extensions last offseason, but the cupboard is relatively bare beyond those two names. As far as free agency goes, one name that is garnering serious heat in Dallas is Tyler Lockett. Lockett, who was released by the Seattle Seahawks this offseason, should be a top target for Dallas ahead of the draft, Christopher Knox of Bleacher Report wrote on Saturday, April 5. The 32-year-old caught 49 passes for 600 yards as Seattle's third receiver last season and has experience playing under new head coach Brian Schottenheimer. Lockett most recently inked a 2-year, $30 million contract with Seattle. However, Spotrac projects his market value at just $7.7 million on a new one-year deal. If Dallas added Lockett, it is reasonable to assume that he might immediately step into a role as either Prescott's number 2 or 3 target. Tight end Jake Ferguson remains on the roster, and the team added veteran receiver Paris Campbell this offseason. The Cowboys also acquired running backs Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders, as well as quarterback Joe Milton III this offseason. But despite those additions, Dallas remains connected to Boise State running back Ashton Jeanty at number 12, should he fall that far, as well as Arizona wideout Teteroa McMillan in the first round. Lockett isn't a long-term solution given his age and downward-trending statistics, but he can provide veteran leadership and quality WR2/WR3 numbers for a Dallas team in serious need of some offensive juice ahead of the 2025 campaign. And you, fan? What do you think about Tyler Lockett's situation? Write to us in the comments.